You're listening to Straight No Chaser, the only show to quench your talk radio thirst. Some programs dilute the issues. We only serve the hard stuff. Old school, new school. Grab a glass and welcome your hosts, the Chief, MBZ, and Pastor C.
Start talking about Cardi in his text. What happened?
Nah, that's what happens when you talk.
Relax.
We're going to put a little more distance between you guys so we can have this conversation. Everybody sit down.
So you just heard a typical Love and Hip Hop beef involving the artist now known as Cardi B. So, reality TV, is it real or is it what the producers want you to believe is real? Every network has some version of reality television. For example, we have Real Housewives of Atlanta, Orange County, and Potomac. And if that's not enough for you, there's Love and Hip Hop, there's the whole Black Ink crew, there's Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Hell's Kitchen, Teen Mom, and Cheaters. So today, as I welcome you, listeners, to Straight No Chasers, where we never dilute the issues and we only serve the hard stuff, today's topic is going to be reality TV. So, it's your girl, MBZ, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Pastor C.
Hey, hey.
The Chief.
Hey.
And Then Bad.
Hello, hello, hello.
So I must admit, it is entertaining watching reality TV, and everybody pretty much watches. I mean, like, I don't think anybody can really disagree with that. Pastor C, do you watch?
Absolutely.
Then Bad, do you watch it?
Begrudgingly sometimes.
Hey, but it's still a view. So what about you, Chief? Do you watch?
I watch the news.
Okay.
The right, news. I'm with him.
So like the recap. So like you watch the reunion specials is what I hear.
Absolutely.
So, you know, even though everyone watches, I really find myself wondering whose reality this really is, because some of the drama and nonsense that happens during the episodes leaves me really like, are you kidding? Right. So tonight, let's discuss reality TV. Is it real? Many of us watch, but some of the viewers may not be able to distinguish the reality of what will happen if a normal person were to do some of the things that they do on these shows. For example, like the infamous Love and Hip Hop sit-downs where they go to the restaurants and they start throwing silverware and breaking dishes, you know? Right. So when these things are displayed on TV, the shows draw huge ratings, but is it real? So before we get too deep, I want to remind the audience that you can call in at 702-425-7789 or chat with us live. And we are now on iHeartRadio, y'all.
Hey.
Hey.
So there's a lot of... We're building our audience. We're building our platform. So keep reaching out and keep calling in, because you guys are what gets us to these great platforms. So we want to hear from you. So, gentlemen, my first question is, what is your favorite reality show? What's your favorite reality show? I want to hear. Mine, I'm definitely a Love and Hip Hop Black Ink crew junkie. I love it. I love it.
And you know, MBZ, I would say the same thing. I would reluctantly admit this publicly that I do frequently watch Love and Hip Hop. You know, I guess I have to have my dosage of ratchetness. And so my wife and I watch Love and Hip Hop. I do watch the Black Ink crew, Real Housewives, and that has nothing to do with my masculinity. I just think that it's entertaining, and Kardashians at times as well. And my purpose for watching these things are strictly entertainment. So I would have to say that I do watch, and those are my favorites.
What about you, Chief?
Well, I don't. I have to think about that. I do watch occasionally. I watch Love and Hip Hop.
Do you?
I do.
He does.
But don't tell anybody though. You don't want to know. I think that one is pretty crazy. And I've caught a couple of episodes of The Black Ink. Mm-hmm. I thought that one was kind of unique. So those are the main ones because you know how it is. Ambezi sometimes will throw that up there on the screen, and I'll peek at it as I'm doing other things. You know, I don't pay attention to it.
Right. You don't turn to it, right?
No, not at all.
You don't turn.
Absolutely, no, I don't do that.
Right. Thin Bad. What do you watch, brother?
You know, watching. You know, Chief was talking earlier, and he said the news, and that's no joke. Here lately, that's been a reality show in and of itself.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, ever since 2016, I've been riveted. I was like, is this for real?
Right.
But every now and then, I've caught. You know, of course, I'm never turning the channel to this stuff, Chief. You with me? I'm not turning the channel, but I'm just looking over somebody's shoulder.
Sure.
I've seen a couple. Real Housewives, but the question, you know, the Real Housewives of Atlanta or something like that, it just puzzled me because every time I look at it, none of them are married.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's just
Honey
like
Housewives.
Yeah, that's just like on Basketball Wives. They're mostly not wives. There are some that are wives, but they're mostly ex-wives and maybe girlfriends.
Right. Yeah. But there are a bunch of other, you know, shows, reality shows, like some of the cooking shows.
Oh, I love those.
I guess they even, you know, categorize, you know, like The Voice, and some of those things are reality if they happen in real time. You
Definitely.
know, but of course everybody's familiar with the you know, the Love and Hip Hop. Although I've not seen that. I saw a couple of Basketball Wives and a couple of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and Potomac, but not on the regular. Not on the regular. Real life in the news is scary enough for me.
So, with these reality TV shows, with the ones that you name, obviously our show today is about us kind of debunking the so-called reality, and we're probably going to offer a lot of critique. But before we get into that, what is it about these shows that make you keep coming back for more?
You know, if I can just speak honestly, I think that we're in a society today where everybody is inquisitive. Now, that is a very politically correct word, but my granny would say, y'all nosy. You know, we want to know individuals' business. We want to be in their business, who's with who, the most current relationship, you know, the most current gossip, or as young people say today, the most current tea, you know. And so what I like about it is, you know, I watch it for entertainment. However, I am dumbfounded at times how individuals will act and what they will do for money and fame, and that's my honest opinion. Now, I do like it. I like to see individuals progress. I'm not current with who is current in terms of hip hop, so I don't know who's hot and who's not. But I watch certain things, how they interact and things like that, and I want to see what's real and what's not. And so that's what I like about it.
Okay, what about you, Chief?
Well, I like I look at a variety of shows from the reality genre. You know, I've looked at American Idol for a while. That was pretty entertaining.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
A gem.
That was a good one. And let's see, what's the other one? Again, the Love and Hip Hop. I think that's pretty cool.
Okay, what about you, Thin Bad? Hello, Thin Bad?
Yeah, I'm here. Okay.
Okay. What keeps you coming back?
That was reality radio right there. That was reality. I guess the personalities. Like you just want to see what's going on. I want to see, how do crazy people live?
Right.
Living. I said, I ain't doing so bad, which is probably why most of the folks watch it. Because they just don't want to be. They're like, I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad. Or I don't have it going on like that.
Right.
But then people want to see how the other folks live, how folks with money live in, and what they've got, and what kind of who's got a real this bag and a real that, and But it's kind of crazy. But I guess the Real Housewives, I guess, is the one of Atlanta is the one that I've seen most often, or more than the others. And what keeps me coming back is just the personalities. I guess I got to think on that because I don't come back that much.
Well,
I
know.
Gina just texted us and she said that the reality shows were just soap operas with real people. What do you think about that?
Oh, that's
It's
nice.
true.
That is great.
It really is true. Because I know what keeps me coming back is, first of all, when Love and Hip Hop first came out, it was the names. So it's like, okay, these are artists and producers I know about, and it's crazy because they're all interacting with each other. You're getting into their personal lives. Like, what's really going on? I was never really a Kardashian junkie, only because, it's just, they're up to their, like, 2500th season, and like I've seen enough Kardashian, but it never really gets old, like seeing some of my favorite like rappers and stuff like on these different TV shows. I'm also a big cooking show junkie, and actually
Right.
I'm not as much into Hell's Kitchen and MasterChef and those type of shows as much as I'm into what's Gordon Ramsay's show? Kitchen Nightmares. No, Kitchen Nightmares, where he goes to the different restaurants and turns them around because they're really nasty. I love that stuff. Like, just seeing those things go on. And, I really think that a lot of people watch these shows for a different human experience. It's kind of interesting to see, like, I mean, you already have enough going on in your own lives to dig into that kind of drama, so you might as well turn on the TV and watch somebody else's and sit at home
let me tell you. Now, I'm just going to get to the 800-pound gorilla in the room.
Yes, sir.
Now, the issue that I have is, how can everybody on the show have a tore-up weave, a bad attitude, and they're fighting every week, and nobody goes to jail? Somebody explain that to me.
Because it's entertainment. I think the most
Somebody
common.
did go to jail on one of those shows, didn't they?
Oh, Tommy, but she's crazy outside of the show.
Yeah, the only people that I'm aware of that went to jail, they were doing stuff outside, like
Right.
selling drugs and getting caught with guns and stupid stuff like that. But I'm talking about on the show every week.
Oh.
How can that be?
Well, the problem, honestly, is that I think the most common myth resides in the title. It's not reality.
No, it's scripted.
Yeah, it's super scripted. And I actually had the opportunity to work on a reality show when I actually so anyways, the chief is
That's
over
right.
here
Spill
like
the
trying
tea.
to tell me
Spill the
things, and I'm like, what? I can't multitask like this. But anyways, I actually got the chance to work on a reality show, and when I worked on that reality show, it was really interesting because everything was scripted. The only thing that wasn't scripted was the subject matter, in the sense that while they didn't tell the people line by line to say certain things, they would say, all right, so this person is going to come up here in about 5 minutes and you guys are going to discuss this, and then whatever happens. And then when they start discussing, if it gets heated, then they kind of lead them in the direction like, oh, like that was good, but we need more. Let's have a fight break out. It's really all for entertainment.
Well, you have that, and then what's that other crazy show? Cheaters. Have you seen that one?
Oh, I love Cheaters.
Now, again,
Catch 'em all.
Again, how in
Like
the world?
Pokemons.
Now, I've seen people dive out of that van and just issue beat downs that